In the world of filmmaking gear, progress is often incremental. Slightly better low-light performance on a new camera, a few grams less on a new gimbal, a little more reliable autofocus on a new lens. These are all nice, but they're not exactly watershed moments. That's why the SmallRig TRIBEX caught my attention. In a collaborative effort with Potatojet, it's marketed as not just another tripod, but something genuinely innovative. Something that could make a difference in the way we work on set. But is a promise of innovation enough to warrant your hard-earned money? Or is this nothing more than marketing hype? Tripods aren't usually front and center in a filmmaker's toolkit. They're the kind of gear you don't think about much, until they slow you down. If you're working as a full-time creator, chances are you'll have to take out your tripod quite often. And every single time it's the same routine. Unlock the legs one by one, extend them, lock them, level the bowl mount, and start shooting. Not a problem during a typical interview scenario with limited angles, but during an extensive shoot where time is the enemy, this adds up quickly. Not to mention the strain it puts on your body after a long day. For a while now, I've been incorporating more and more locked-off shots into my work, and with quite a few productions on the horizon that promise to test the limits of what I'm able to do as a solo creative, I was curious to see if the TRIBEX could keep its promise and make my life on set easier and more efficient. A couple of months ago, I reached out to SmallRig to see if they were willing to help me with my upcoming projects. They kindly agreed to send over the TRIBEX, and I do get to keep it. That said, this video isn't sponsored, but it is supported by everyone who decides to pick up my filmmaking LUTs. Link is in the description. Made mostly from carbon fiber, the TRIBEX feels solid, but it's not the kind of weight that makes your back ache after a few hours on set. The main star and the reason the TRIBEX is so special in the first place is the X clutch. Normally, tripod leg adjustment is a multi-step process. Bend down, unlock leg 1, extend, lock, rinse and repeat. With the clutch, all 3 legs release and lock simultaneously. The mechanism is weirdly satisfying, but it's so much more than a nice party trick. The best gear I own is the gear that simply gets out of the way of shooting. I don't want to be thinking about my equipment while I'm trying to tell stories. The hydraulic fluid takes a second to lock the legs, and I've seen a few people tout this as a huge con to the entire system. When you flick the lever before it has fully extended by itself, the legs are immediately locked in place. Once you've tried it for yourself, this becomes second nature. SmallRig omitted the usual tripod flat base. Instead, the entire thing is leveled using the legs only. If you're worried about sacrificing a few centimeters of height, you're not wrong. But with the extended center column, you'll still reach a maximum working height of 168 centimeters or 66.1 inches. The center column itself is quite versatile. It acts as a point to attach additional weight for added stability, and obviously, it's also useful for raising your camera up higher. If you're going for ultra low angles, you can remove the column altogether and take it apart with the hidden Allen key at the end of the column. With the legs splayed flat, the minimum working height becomes 27 centimeters or 10.6 inches. This is where you'd be using the 90-degree angle for the clutch. The center column can even be reversed for truly inverted setups. Up top, the TRIBEX sports a really nice fluid head with an adjustable counterbalance system to match the weight of your setup. This eliminates the risk of your camera suddenly tipping forward or backwards. Keep in mind that this will support any type of mirrorless camera up to build-out rigs even a small team would realistically use. It's rated to carry builds up to a rigged-out FX6 at most. The damping on the supplied fluid head is adjustable, so you can fine-tune how much resistance you want in both axes. This makes a tremendous difference in my day-to-day work. Getting usable pans and tilts is now easier than ever. The tilt and pan locks are separate from the friction adjustments for both axes, so you don't have to dial in your preferred resistance every time you unlock the head. I love that. But I need to mention that at least on my tripod, the locking knob for the tilt axis is a little stiff sometimes. The head takes standard Manfrotto style plates, and with the twist of this element, you can use DJI RS style plates as well, making switching from gimbal to sticks even faster. The telescopic arm can not only be extended, but also be used either on the right or the left side of the head. You can find another hidden tool held in place by magnets right here. There are a couple of attachment points on the tripod and one on the head for mounting accessories like a magic arm. They really thought this through. I'm not going to lie, when I saw the announcement video for the TRIBEX way back when, I commented and called this one of the best ads I had ever seen. This thing seems like it would fix all of the problems I personally had with using tripods. Cumbersome setup times, fiddling around to level my camera, constantly bending down to unlock or lock each leg, backaches after prolonged use. I am honestly shocked that SmallRig and Potatojet were able to deliver with this one. This is certainly a premium product aimed at full-time creatives and nimble teams. Innovation has its price, literally, but for professionals who have the resources, the TRIBEX might redefine what a tripod can be. Is it perfect? No piece of gear is. But in a market where most updates are small, safe, and frankly a bit boring, the TRIBEX actually feels like a genuine step forward in terms of its design philosophy. And it appears to be a direct answer to real frustrations most filmmakers have learned to tolerate. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel, you can find affiliate links to my recommended equipment, as well as my LUTs down in the description. See you soon.